forces Ronwen Williams into the save. So here's the corner, played short. Ball immediately back into the area, into a sea of green. Can they finish? Surely there should have been an offside flag. The Sundowns players look to the linesman. He keeps his flag down. And Raja Casablanca scored just before half-time. The second part of this first half has been a disaster for the visitors. First the red card, and then the goal. I'd like to see that again. The Sundowns players immediately looked across to the linesman on the near side, saying, what about an offside flag? And the linesman kept his flag down, the assistant referee. And the goal, I think, has gone to Ben Amar. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's a good decision. It's a good decision. Give the officials credit, because you can see there's just one Sundowns player playing all three of those players onside. I think it's Ribeiro Costa who's playing all three of them onside. So it's a good...
Here it comes!
Cool.
Good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by the only Brazilian we have on the show and the group. Today, I want us to look at. I'm sure you've seen how Pirates is playing this season. That's one. I want us to look at that. Are we going to see Pirates taking the league this season? That's the question that I want to know. Or who's going to win the league between Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns? It's not only the league and Mamelodi Sundowns. It goes further than that. It also look at CAF, looking at how they played. But let me welcome the only Brazilian we have on the show. Thabinho, let me welcome you because you're in a hurry. I'll allow you to speak. Give me your views. What do you think? Who's going to take the league? That's one thing that I want to discuss. And also I want to share some tip that Thabo Zondo shared in terms of these players who are complaining about the money and stuff like that. What does he think they should do? Right? Because it's easy for them to say that. But let's take tips. They say in Pambi. So those who travel the road, they'll be able to give you some tips. Let's learn from there. Yeah. Well, greet the viewers. Let's get going.
Thank you, Saubrey, and morning to the viewers.
Thabinho, we see Pirates is doing well. And they are playing with youngsters, which is quite exciting. And the way they played when they beat that team for CAF, they are on song. I hope they'll keep that momentum. Are we seeing the glimpse of Pirates going all the way and take the league? Remember, they Sundowns there, and then as far as the league is concerned. So, what's your take?
Thank you, Saubrey. Look, Pirates is playing beautiful football. Just to touch a little bit, on what you said about players complaining about salary. The performance of Pirates is not a true reflection of unhappy players. Those players are happy. So I don't even want to agree that, they are not happy. But going back to the topic, look, there's enough depth at Orlando Pirates. If you look at, the squad itself, there's about 3 or 4 players in each position. Let me look at central defense. At central defense, you've got Sasani, you've got Koki, you've got Thabinho, you've got Olisanda. That's 4. You go to right back, you've got Thabiso Lebitso, Thabiso Monyani, Dino van Rooyen, Bandile Shandu. That's 4. You go to the left, there's still Maela, there's Marco, and the list is endless. But look, the way things are happening at Pirates, yes, you mentioned that they are playing with young stars, but I like how Professor Jose, is mixing the blend of both experience and young stars. So these youngsters are learning from these veterans who are in the team. I mean, central defense, you've got CBC, you've got Koki. They are there to guide Sisani. You go up front, you've got Mahopa, you've got the sniper Mabasa. There to guide, the radio panis and these other youngsters, Rabongota. You come into the midfield. You've got the veteran Makaula. He's there to make sure that Abu Mbata, they chill in well, they are relaxed, they are comfortable, they are at home. So look, with regards to winning the league, Pirates have got an outside chance, but Sundowns have got the experience. But now I'm a bit worried with the change in personnel, especially in the technical team at Sundowns, because we've seen with Kaizer Chiefs how they can settle players. It was Rulani left quickly. It was Mangoba did last, and now we've got Cardoso. Now yes, these players are professionals. They need to quickly adjust to the tactics, and the changes at the club. But we also need to understand that they are also human. Feelings and emotions play a bigger part, in players, psychologically and mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and otherwise. That plays a bigger part in a player's contribution to the team. When they start to adjust and understand, the tactics of Mangoba, boom, there's Cardoso. And remember the personal attachment. I mean, you would know it happens everywhere. Even in corporate, you would have a manager, you become close and emotionally attached to that manager. When they leave, then you still need to adjust and understand the new one. And by the time you understand the new one, it will take you time. So this is the problem that I experienced with these youngsters at Sundowns. I mean, I watched their game, their CAF Championship league match. I wasn't quite, impressed with the behavior. The two red cards. The one, it was a reckless and malicious tackle. You don't expect that to a professional. These players know that this kind of tackles will never go unpunished. Then you come to the other player. Who is it? Is it the one who punched the opponent?
Yeah.
In his mind, he knew. Was it Mudau?
Yeah. That was Mudau. That was
Yeah.
Mudau. That was very reckless, to be honest. How did you do that?
That was uncalled for.
That was very reckless.
That was uncalled for.
You see,
as a professional, you don't do that.
Sorry, Thabinho. If I was in the management of Sundowns, I was just going to slap him with a punishment, and I'll hit the ball. So that players need to understand that, this is a professional and there's a lot at stake. You need to manage your emotions very well. So, yeah.
They should have learned, they should have learned from the likes of Zidane, the Magmatarazi Zidane incident. I mean, it's one of the things that you learn from that, this kind of behavior will never go unpunished. And for me, I go back to that game and look at that game and said, Kabas, the red card, and the Mudau red card. For me, I would translate it to sabotage. Obviously, they actually, like you said, as a team, you just punish these players. For me, it's just a matter of sabotaging the coach. We've never seen them doing that in the era of Pito. We've never seen them doing that in the era of, Mudau and Muisi Kabasi arrived when Pito is already gone. But they've never done that in the era of Rulani, in the era of Mangoba. Why are they doing it now? For me, it translates to sabotage.
I don't think that would be. Remember, football is a game of emotions. And then I think they're under pressure themselves, and then they wanted to win this game so badly. And then so that could be emotions taking over. I don't
emotions
think
leading you to punch an opponent.
Yes,
okay,
I don't think it was deliberate.
let me say no, Brasso, you can't bring boxing into a football match. Let me leave, the first red card, that reckless tackle. Football is a contact sport, although it's not a full contact sport. So, well, he was late. The tackle was reckless. It was malicious. I'll just make an excuse for him. But I'm not going to make an excuse for somebody who punches an opponent in the face. That for me is unprofessional, completely unprofessional. You can't be doing that, and it's a problem for me. So going to the topic at hand, I think Sundowns will find it difficult, this time around to defend the league. I'm a bit worried with Pirates because sometimes my team can disappoint. They sometimes disappoint when it matters most. Look, Stellenbosch has always been a problem for everyone, and the loss against Stellenbosch was not a fluke. Steve Parker and the boys, are doing very well, especially when they play against the big three. They bring their A game. So Pirates lost to a good team.
Don't you think, sorry to come in there, don't you think that the January transfer window will play a major role? I'm saying this because we hear that Reyners is being, is being scouted. They want him, and Reyners is the one who's begging goals for Mamelodi Sundowns as we speak. And then Apolis, we know that Sundowns is the only team, according to reports, that is prepared to pay out all the money that is required. Pirates apparently, according to reports, and I'm qualifying it when I say I'm according to reports because I haven't received a statement from Pirates. Pirates, apparently, they want to pay some money and give out 2 players. And apparently, the owner wants the outright money. And then there's also a rumor that Mufokeng is wanted at Al Ahly. Not only Al Ahly, and also this team, Barcelona. So don't you think that might also play a major role, depending on what's happening in the transfer window? Because I see if Sundowns release Reyners, and remember, Reyners is the one who scored goals for them now. Don't you think that it might have a problem for Sundowns going forward?
But Saubrey, there's enough depth and quality at both teams. I don't think it would be a problem. I mean, remember Sundowns have defended the league, 6 times in a row. Reyners was not there. Reyners was not there. So they can still do it without him. Mufokeng, he's a wonder kid. He's doing beautifully. But I think Pirates can still survive without him. Yes, he's making things happen. Let's not take anything away from him. He's a brilliant player. But I think, Pirates will also survive without Mufokeng. So both teams, even if they lose, those players, yes, they are influential players. But I think they can still, make it, to the title. At the moment, I don't see any team behind them, pushing so hard. I was actually looking, Pirates is sitting at 27 points and Sundowns is sitting at 30. And then I think they are followed by Stelis, if I'm not mistaken, at 22. So at the moment,
let's look at the lock, as you were saying. Sundowns is at 30, Pirates is at 27, Polokwane City is at 22, and Sekhukhune United is at 17, Stellenbosch is at 16. So it's very close in terms of the league. But it's still early days because you are talking about 11 games and so on. There's still a long way to go.
Yeah, but look, Polokwane City, I don't think Polokwane City is a team to watch. Maybe we can look at them as a dark horse. A dark horse waiting for Chiefs and waiting for Pirates and Sundowns, to drop points. For them, I don't think it's in their hands. They're depending on these two, to drop points. And remember, when these two drop points, they also need to collect points, to strengthen, their chances of winning the league. But at the moment, it's a two-horse race, and I see quality on both teams. Like I said, I'm worried about Sundowns changing, technical staffs, coaches time and time again. The pressure is mounting, and we know that as a coach, players can make you or break you. Yeah, time will tell, but at the moment, I give it to Sundowns and Pirates. It's a two-horse race.
All right, let's move on quickly to the CAF. What's your take? As you can see, these are the match 4 results, and you guys have done well together with Mamelodi Sundowns. And then, do you think Sundowns will win the CAF? It looks like Pirates will this time win the CAF if they can maintain the consistency. I like what you said. The problem with Pirates, sometimes they lose consistency. But remember, that consistency that they were losing, it was not during the time of Rivero. Rivero has turned the corner. So yes, there and there when he was trying some tactics, trying to refresh the players, they would lose. I don't know whether this time, remember, there's also a rumor that you may also lose Mbata. He may go overseas. So that's another issue that you should also worry about. It won't destabilize. But like you're saying, you've got so many players who can replace. So I want to hear your take there before you go to your next meeting.
Yeah, but look, in terms of Champions League, I'm a bit worried with what is happening with those North African teams. The loss, the Al Ahly loss, opened the group, and it put Pirates under pressure. One of my close colleagues in the football cycle said, I suspect there was foul play. Al Ahly is a very good team. Very good team. We all know they are not called team of the century for nothing. Sundowns, they are fighting with their backs against the wall. But with the quality, the experience, and the depth, I think they can pull through. Pirates have got a chance now. It's in their hands. They don't have to let anyone decide for them. They have to decide for themselves. So I think they need 3 points to go through. And I'm hoping they will get the 3 points in their next match.
Okay, before we move on.
Yeah, sorry, I have to run. Yeah, I have to run, bro.
Yeah, you can run. It's fine. Thank you so much for your comments. I really appreciate. I just want to venture to what Thabo Zondo was saying, and I think thanks, my brother. It gives a lot of credence to say yes, we heard, and let me apologize. When I was playing that show, I thought you would see what Twala would say, what Villas would say, but apparently you could not hear that. And then it was a technical issue that needs to be sorted. But I'll repeat those things, and then maybe I found a way how to do it. Thabo Zondo was saying sometimes players, like those who are playing for Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, why don't they go to their bosses and sit down, let's say with Dr. Patrice Motsepe or Dr. Koza, to say, tell me, how can I do it to make it? Because one of the problems that he was identifying is the issue that, once they start playing for Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, they start buying cars that they cannot afford. And then, so life becomes difficult to keep up with. And then he was making an example to say, the car that he's driving has been driving it for almost 20 years, the same car, okay? And the car is still pulling. I think that's where the majority of players losing a point. And then, yes, as much as we don't get the news from Orlando Pirates as far as this is concerned, because these are the players who are saying it. So maybe it's a good thing for Pirates not to respond, because the question is, if they respond, they will lose focus. They are now chasing the league. Not only the league, they are also looking at the CAF. And then, so because they're looking at the CAF and the league, and then what's going to happen? So maybe this is the time whereby they need to focus on those things and start saying, look, we need to focus on the league. If you are looking at these things, side shows, because these people have signed contract, and then they cannot just come now and complain, okay? I think those complaints, they need to be raised when they go for the renewal of the contract. But we don't know, but it would be better to get the news either from those players, get the story also from Pirates. Maybe they'll give us the news as time goes on, because it's important. The one of Kim Erasmus was very shocking. The mere fact that which sometimes I don't think I believe this, that he was earning vouchers, checkers vouchers. No, this is sound very crazy. It kills the brand of Orlando Pirates. But let Pirates come up and give us the news and tell us exactly what's happening there, because we need to understand what's happening. Yeah, let me just also remind you that, remember, we are a financial company. Our job is to educate at all times to ensure that people understand how to deal with their money. This is what I was talking about just now, to say players do get the money, but you know what, they end up now maybe, going beyond their means, ensuring that they get more money, or show people that they've arrived. Because that on its own, it's another issue. Like now we're talking about Kulisha Mudau. What happened there? Maybe emotions got to him. So that is why at the end of the day, and then he ended up, doing the tackle that he was not supposed to tackle. So yeah, so those some of the things that we need to check. But let's look at the books that we have for you, for those people who wants to learn. I'll start with this one, the book by Nomsa Masbuga called Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. This is the book that Nomsa wrote. And then she's in the hospitality business. She's got about 100 rooms in her belt, which is an achievement. I mean, to have 100 rooms, it's quite an achievement. Not only that, she's got other business that she runs. I know she's got a cleaning company and other things. And then there's also another book by Dr. Darlene Small, How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. It's all about the art of money. That's Dr. Darlene Small. And then, so maybe if you can lend a hand to the book and try to learn. It's all about learning, and learn how others did. And then here's another book that I wrote. This one, I think it's very important. It's about a debt, how to get out of bad debt and use other people's money and resources to get rich. Other people's money, it's debt, or money of investors or equity shareholders. If probably you need to save the business, go for equity shareholders, or whatever you think you can do. You can sell stake of your company and get the money to navigate. So those are some of the things that you can use. But that is a powerful tool to use to build your business. So this book will teach you how to get out of bad debt, use other people's money and resources to get rich. There is a method there I show how to do that by simply paying 100 Rand extra. Not for all of them, but 100 Rand extra for one of them, okay? The book details how to do it. Or you can go for that review. I hear people say, that review is a bad thing. It's not. I've got a lot of people who have gone under that review. And then after they've come up, they're out of that review, they're doing wonders. There's a friend of mine, I've seen him, he has bought 2 cars, both of them worth more than half a million. And then he has built another property through that, worth 5 million. And then he's building another property, he has bought a farm. So it happens, man, because you need to get rid of bad debt. As I speak, I'm currently talking to one of the credit bureau, XDS to be precise, to do an interview with them to explain what credit score is and what impact does credit score has on one's money. So very, very important. So just watch that. This is the other book that I wrote, How I Turned 500 into a R1 million business. And then you can learn out of that book. And then I also learn from others. So those are some of the books that we have. And then it's up to you, what do you do? And then again, we also have what you call the mentoring program, which we call it a membership club. Now, as we're talking about our football, there's quite a lot happening in our football. And then I'm sure you've seen that at Barcelona, as we speak, there's a problem. Some people, the members of the team, they want Laporta to resign because he has failed to sign Omo and I think it's Omo and Victor. So those players were not signed, and then it brings back what happened with Lionel Messi. But is it the right time to let him resign now? And he responded. He said, he's not going to resign. Instead, he's going to take the bull by its horns. Because he said resigning is not going to solve a problem. Uh, partly I agree with him. Because if he resigns now, he's in the middle of it. So why can't they allow him to finish what he has already started? And remember, he said he came up with his plan. He's putting his plan into practice to make sure that the team becomes a successful team again. So now, if you take him out now, you bring a new person. A new person is still going to adjust. Yes, I know there's Font who has been there with the team for some time. He knows the team. He understands exactly what's happening. But if you ask me, I would also say, moreover, he says, allow him. Moreover says, allow me to continue to finish up what I've started. I think I would also opt for that. Allow him to finish up what he has started. And then we're seeing Man City, Peter's team, they're starting to win again. And then we hear that they'll be buying. We're not sure about the story of Messi, whether Messi is going or not. Now it is mum as far as that is concerned. Pep, when he's being asked questions as far as that is concerned, is not responding. We don't understand why is he not. Is he not responding, or maybe Messi turned him down, or maybe Messi said, no, let us not destabilize the team because it may destabilize the players now as they are busy playing and say now Messi's coming now. We are not going to be important. Well, of course, others will be happy to play with him. But we don't know what's going to happen, whether he's going to go to Man City or not. But they've decided just to go mum as far as that story is concerned. We hear nothing. We hear nothing from Inter Miami. We hear nothing from people who are next to Messi and all that. Pep is saying nothing, does not respond to that question. We'll see what's going to happen. I see that Man United, they are rising again, although it's still going to take them a while. And then I'm still questioning the intelligence or the brilliancy here of Barcelona wanting to buy Rashford. I don't have anything against Rashford, but I don't see Rashford, and on the other hand, we hear the rumors that they want to offload Rafinha. You know what? I think that's a big mistake. Rafinha is doing well, okay? And Rafinha can take them to the next trophies. So if they want to let him go and then bring Rashford, and when Rafinha is on form, I don't think that's a wise move. So people continue to subscribe, like, and also comment. We appreciate your comment. Who's going to win the league between Pirates and Sundowns? That's the question. I want you to give me the answer. Looking at the performance of the two teams. Sundowns, that goal that Raja scored, it was a goal. Raja did a very good game plan there. It was a goal. It was not offside. Initially, I thought it's an offside. And then the Kaiser Chiefs game, the goal that has been scored by Cape Town City. I like the way Mushin Echubral explains to say, I knew how are they going to play. We'll catch them by counter and we'll throw the ball behind them. And that's what they did. Only 3 players touched that ball. It ended up at the back of the net. And I hear Kaiser Chiefs fans angry at the coach. I don't think this is the right time. Allow the coach, give him space. Let the coach The coach will solve the problem. But if you start putting pressure and so on, things are going to be tough. Thank you so much. As we said, tomorrow, I think, is Kaizer Chiefs. They are playing their next game. So Chiefs fans can rally around the team because I think they need the support. So this is the game that Kaizer Chiefs play. They're playing Stelis tomorrow as from 7:30. So let's see whether Chiefs will recover from that. But having seen what Chiefs played, they don't look bad. They don't look bad. Just like Mushini Echukwel was saying, they have quality, but I don't know. What does that quality mean? I'm worried about the players such as Mart, the middle of the park. The way they lose so much balls, it leaves one to be really, really worried. And then this coming Thursday, on the 9th, there will be a launch of the Nedbank Cup at 9 o'clock, at 7 o'clock by the PSL. So it will be on SuperSport, so people can watch. So it's the Nedbank Cup. We know that the Pirates coach is the one who's a title holder, and then he has won it 3 times in a row. So let's see what's going to happen. This is the Nedbank Cup that will be played very soon. And then let's see again. And then I want to share some news with you. And then, as I say, there will be a launch of the Nedbank Cup. Then, but that doesn't mean all these other fixtures. But let's look at the upcoming Betway fixtures. The upcoming Betway fixtures, which are going to be very tough. Or let me look at the group, the CAF group, where Sundowns is. They are at number 2 with 5 points, having played 4 games, and then they are being led by AS FAR by 3 points. Raja is number 3. Mamelodi Sundowns is leading by 1 there, 1 point, and then we'll see. This is going to be very, 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 very close. But it looks like Sundowns will go to the next round. We just hope that they just move to the next round, because as I said earlier on, I wish both Pirates and Sundowns they go to the finals. That would be nice to have South African teams in the finals. And then once again, let me share this one of the books that you can also get it from us. It's called Secrets for Becoming Rich. And then, so I want also to share the Kaizer Chiefs news. Saddam always gives me his Kaizer Chiefs news. The last game, they've just lost 1-0. Then we'll see tomorrow what's going to happen. And then there are some tough games coming up, especially for Pirates. And then those games, I think they'll decide who's going to finally take the league or be the winner as far as the league is concerned. Let's watch who's going to. Let me check the fixtures. These are the tough fixtures that are coming up. Let's see. Just a minute. Just want to check here quickly. This is the fixture that I want to share, whereby Pirates will play against Kaizer Chiefs. As you can see, that will be the 1st of February at FNB. And then the next game, Mamelodi Sundowns will also play Pirates on the 8th of February. And then Mamelodi Sundowns will play Kaizer Chiefs on the 1st of March. And then Pirates and Sundowns on the 14th of March. And then also Chiefs and Pirates again on the 3rd of May. This will be the deciding factor. We'll see who's gonna, win the league between the two. As our question was, who's gonna win the league between the two teams, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns? So let me hear your opinion. Like Thabo was saying, sometimes Pirates can be inconsistent. Sundowns, they are a very consistent team, but the back line is a little bit worrying. And the discipline, like Thabo was saying. I mean, how can you get 2 straight red cards? You know, you should have learned with the first one. So I'm sure something has to happen there in terms of discipline. Discipline should be applied. So we'll watch the space very closely. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
I was earning 10,000.
So, Udlalama Derby, you are a national team player, but with Orlando Pirates, you were not making more than 10,000.
Bega.
Because I remember there was one derby up Bengile when Leslie Manyatela and Shai Chiefs, I think it was 3-0 or 3-1, something like that. Someone scored a brace to Manyatela, and then when I was scored an hour, I remember you were so dominant. So by that time, you were not earning more than 10,000.
Wow.
Wow.
If I remember kahle. Kalengu told 850. From 850, then we were getting 1.5 nyama iphela, and then in 15.
So this is not a development contract. You are a senior player.
I'm playing week in, week out.
Wow.
I remember ngihlala lapha eWhite House Hotel la in Carlton Center. They told 1.5 nyama iphela, and then masithi nge-15 they told 850. So I think logo last year for about maybe 3 seasons. Then from there I started to get I think 5,000. If not, 5,000, because it's 7 after my deductive tax.
Sure.
Then 7, Then 5,000. Then again my last contract was a good team. Well, I was to 10,000, and then after tax, say like 7.
Wow.
So
but like mina, I'm banento abantu abasha abayintanga zami abathi it's to stand.
And fish, the people, many people who think ukuthi masudlala ku Pirate unemali. And reality of the matter is une uniform. Awuna mali.
Une merchandise team.
Yeah.
Imali ayikho.
Ayikho.
Signing on fee kupha Pirates mara ayibhadali man.
Yeah.
As abantu baya as Pirates ayibhadali.
I've had this perception ukuthi Pirates doesn't pay.
Pirates ayibhadali man. Pirates ayibhadali bakutshela ukudlalela ibhetch.
Yeah.
Abathi udlalela ibhetch. Mawuthi uyacomplain abathi yabo Jerry balandisa istyle yabo Jerry Sikhosana amakrotmali abathi balandisa istyle wena so ufikila ukakenzi next uzocomplain yabona man bakutshela ngehistory and ufuna imali wena man.
Yeah. Mawuthi mali bathi history boy ibhetch.
Boy awukakayenzi next awuqala usebenze kuqala.
Yeah, so khuluma sosibanile.
Bakutshela ngalesa style siya.
So the signing on fee ayikho mnandi.
Ayikho mnandi na signing on fee.
But so dlalela ibadge ukuthi team enkulu.
Yeah, ne team enkulu and manje kusesenale high play kuzi World Cup yakhumbula kudlala lama World Cup big games lawo uyabona into enjalo man. Uyabona ukuthi hayi man into mawudlala ku Pirates recognition uyabona nama maybe nama international teams ngoba that time vele nje bengifuna ukuya international nami ngidlala abroad. Uyabona ukuthi man kunalento ibhekiwe lapha. So ngithi hayi ithi ngidlale ke.
Ngidlale ibadge.
Ngithi ngibone ibadge.